signature which looked electronic to me. I wrote a mail to the CTO and I said, I would also like to make an electronic signature. Can you tell me how it is done? In the meanwhile, I found out that Tata can do it. I got a digital signature, but I just happened to click on that signature and I could lift that signature off that document. Then I wrote a mail to him that my attorney has told me that I should have an ink signed copy, and I have not heard from them after that. Next is a company called Electra, which company makes it is the leader in making those huge frames. I wrote to them and I wrote to the president. He forwarded to Mr. Bose man, who is into the marketing. Then he, after 1 month, told me that we have had a lot of discussions in the company and now we are handing it over to Mr. Malin Svensson, who is the product marketing manager. And this was 2 months back. In the meantime, they asked me a lot of questions. I sent the PowerPoint presentations, I sent the diagrams, not the SQL files, but I sent these presentations. And for the last 2 months, I have not heard from them. And initially, I had thought I would license it, but today I am convinced that I have to be an expert.
So, without knowing all the details, let me just kind of lay out a few next steps that you may want to consider, just so that we can get some feel for what this process would look like. So what I'm suggesting is, let's drive a stake in the ground and saying, okay, we will get 10 doctors to actually validate that this is something that is doable. And we have used it, and we have used this very effectively. Now in our offices, our technicians now know how to do this. So when I send him a patient, he'll be able to do the MRI scan, CT scan, then be able to locate it and actually put this in place. And then I have been able to see this repeatedly, that there has been absolutely no problems in getting this thing done. At the same time, there is no collateral damage that has been done by it not doing its job. It has been able to do this thing properly. So if you are able to do this, and this is basically being done in the US, it probably would not have been able to. You cannot do this because of there being such regulations and all that. Maybe you can do this here because of your personal relationships or through the introductions that you get. But you can actually go and use this to do this. So if you're able to get 10 doctors to say this is one thing that has worked for us very well, then obviously you have gotten to a point where now the technology works and then the market is accepting this in the early stages. So now to get to that point, to get to the 10 doctors, obviously you need several of these devices that is available. So you need more mold to create that and so on and so forth. All those things need to be figured out. How do I actually make several of these that I can actually provide to these 10 doctors so that they can go off and make this thing happen? And obviously, the first 2-3 doctors, you have to be there yourself. You have to make this thing happen. Then see how they use this. And then at that point in time, I would say if this is something that you are able to demonstrate repeatedly again and again, then you say, okay, based on this, I'm trying to now take it to the next level. Now obviously, the medical devices industry, from my perspective, is a very closed industry. And the gatekeepers of this industry are the doctors. It's a very closed industry. The Medtronics and the Johnson & Johnson, these are people who want to keep it closed. They don't want anybody else coming in. So if you are doing that, then you basically have to pick a friend. It could be the people that you talk to or somebody else coming through a more credible, maybe somebody else makes an introduction. So they are not going to screw around with digital signature and all that. This is going to be a real life relationship that you are looking to create. And then you may not be able to make this product entirely in your name, whatever the name of your company is going to be, for several years potentially. But have this non-exclusive arrangement with this particular medical device manufacturer to actually take this thing on. You may supply it and then you put their name on it. And they may supply this for the first several years.
That's fine.
Right? But at the same time, you have made this non-exclusive. So you still keep the rights of going to his competitors and providing him the same solution. And then use that as a mechanism to go forward. So, first step is to get this validated by 10 doctors. Second step is to actually close a partnership with somebody who is large. As long as you are making money and you have enough money to continually, take the innovation to the next level, maybe there are some adjacent markets that we can go after with the same device. All those things, you continue to keep all your options open, except that there is one channel through which you are selling. So that needs a lot of money. Even though you are tying up with only one manufacturer, you still need a lot of money to get there. And that is the kind of money that you raise for that part. To accomplish those kinds of things. Sometimes if you have the right connection, maybe a board member or two of the company, they may actually fund you that money as well. It's all about the network, it's not all about credibility. It's all about who you know and so on. So you have to reach out to the larger community to help make that happen. And then after that, you can create a brand around yourself and take the thing on. And this is because it's in the medical devices. If you were doing a website, you probably could have gone live day one. And say, oh, this is what the website does. Nobody says the software. Everybody can reach you directly. Right? Unless you're China, you can shut down your website. Otherwise, in the free world, you can put up your website and offer your services and products directly. But in medical devices, that's not. And therefore, you have to pick up friends, go with them, and then prove that this is something that's doable. Within about a couple of years, 2 years, whatever, 3 years, you should be able to then market it to other people as well. So the more of the technology, more of the manufacturing pieces that you can keep with you, the better off you are. Chances are they will want this on their side. If you are still able to negotiate and keep it to yourself, that is the best way to do it. So this is kind of the milestones that I would, look at as what I would like to do. So you raise money to say, how much do I need to actually make these 10 doctors say yes to me? Then you will say, how much money do I need to raise to get the first large global partners that I can get? Or even a national partner, some large partner. So those are the kind of the interim milestones that you would go into. Right? So, along the way, as you have already done, you build a very credible board of advisors, people who lend you credibility, because you as an entrepreneur yourself are not very well known. So there are other people who are well known, especially in the medical devices industry, especially in people who, by the very fact that they're associated with you, lends credibility